Hey everybody, I'm trying out Google Hangout on air with my new microphone. It's showing that I'm live and a little too far that way, I think. Anyways, I am trying it on a different stand. Let's see. Just a basic tabletop, a little bit higher than the other one. It is also adjustable, so I might actually adjust it. Sorry about the mic handling noise. It is what it is. And let's see here. Just trying to work with getting the right location for this microphone. Testing 1 or 2. It might be a little loud, but the beauty of this microphone is I've got the USB connection and I've got the headphone connection in. So I'm listening to it live through here. Now I can also watch things on YouTube or like talk with my co-host if I have any. You know what? Let me pull up my chat display here. So this is only the second time I've tested this microphone and I'm trying it out. All right, let's go with live chat. Pop it out. I unpop that collar. Sorry. I'm just goofing off. I don't know how this is really sounding live. So if you are watching or if you watch it later, let me know what you think. Do I need to adjust the gain down a bit? Do I need to maybe try and figure something else out? Maybe use my XLR connection and use my mixer. Really what I'm trying to go for with this is how feasible is this for like when I go on a cruise or I go on vacation and I'm vlogging throughout the day and I want to sit down and narrate maybe something or maybe have a hangout or a Skype call with a friend or a colleague while I'm out and about. How well will this work with the settings? So Google Hangouts, that is me adjusting the volume in my headphones. And what it's actually doing is it's controlling the volume from the computer. Now, I don't know if this is going to play the sound through the microphone back into the Hangout feed. So I'm going to basically play the intro to my politics podcast channel. I'm still trying to find a good royalty-free song to use for a football channel and a science/debunking channel. I don't know yet. I'm still trying to figure this all out. So, all right. So we're going to play this song. Now that's pretty loud in my headphones. I don't know if that's coming through or if that's even covering me up because now I can't even hear myself. That's how loud the volume is from iTunes. So I can lower that down, raise up the volume again. But like I said, I don't know how well that's coming through, if at all. So, wow. Doesn't help my ears are plugged up. So, so, wow. Testing 1, 2, 3. Not even hearing myself in my headphones. Testing 1. There it goes. So, like I said, I don't know if you guys heard that or not. I don't honestly know. Now, one of the things I do not like about the kit that this came with, which is just the mic, its little stand, the cables, and everything. I haven't tried its XLR cable yet to try it out. But what I don't like is, well, one, the stand is too short. I mean, just to give you a little bit of a comparison here. Here's kind of how tall this stand is. it's still even taller than my hand stretched out this way. Whereas this one, it's clearly over the top of it. So, but I also don't like this. This is so wobbly, so movement. I'm gonna have to see if I can find a shock mount that would be able to basically grip it right here, allow me access to this button, and also allow me access to the on-off switch. Now, the beauty of this on-off switch is if I turn it off, I can still hear what's going on via computer playback. I would still be able to hear whatever Skype or Hangouts I was working with. So, I'm just curious as to what you guys think of its sound in the USB mode. I'm going to maybe in a couple days do an actual live stream podcast with this, but going through the XLR input and setting up. I'm also going to try and do another thing is I'm going to use this boom mic stand and maybe set it up so it's standing up and I have to stand up, which means I'm going to have to adjust the height of this. I'm going to have to make room somewhere. Maybe I'll go outside. I don't know. But, yeah. So, things going on in my life, not a whole lot. Unfortunately, I had to put down a dog yesterday. Just his health wasn't well, so we we made the decision to do that finally. Maybe a year or two too late. I don't know. We tried everything we could afford to try to do. So, and then homework, yeah, school, yeah, work itself too. It's it's been a rough week for me trying to get caught up. I had a bad week the week before in school, and this week didn't get much better. About this microphone again, with it being on a table stand, even with this stand, it's nice. It's right there, but at the same time, you know, you can sit here and hear probably me typing away if I were to go Google search something or Bing or whatever your non-denominational, your non-denominational, let's see here, search engine, as Dave would say. So let's go to podcast99.org. Ears just are not hearing it very well today. So we got podcast99.org, freshwater science, and in there. Yep, I'm right there. And oh, you can have gone away from my weight earbuds. That's because they broke today. And let's see. Actually, let's go and take a look at this just so you guys can see it. Let's go up to share screen, application, this one. So as you can see, we're here on the podcast99.org homepage. And here are the list of the shows that you can see. Dave posted his show that he did tonight. Here's the show I did yesterday. And Constitution Thursday. So, anyways. Let's see. About this microphone. Another thing I don't like about it is that, every time I push the button, it's going to click and make noises in there for you. All right, so I've stopped sharing screen again. Let's see here. Don't think I'll need that much longer. I've been watching, and again, I got this mainly for, travel. I might get a couple more of them. I don't know. I'm thinking about trying out the Audio Technica 2100, um, just to see which one I like better. They're both about the same price point, and the nice thing about them is that, being USB and XLR, they're great for travel. And with my Behringer mixer here, um, yeah, I can't record multi-track from this into my DAW, my digital audio workshop. But at the very least, the um, I can record the audio, and if I can mix everybody's levels just right to how I want to hear it through my headphones, how they want to hear it, and just their headphones. Anyways, long story short, you know, um, there's going to be a USS Michigan, the '80s decade cruise, um, this summer, and I was thinking if I could go and help if they do it up like here in Washington and Silverdale or Bremerton or even Seattle for that matter. I could go and work with Dave, and me and him could sit down and be recording people for sea stories, to share, and maybe make a heck, maybe me and Dave could do a submarine podcast. I'm actually looking at getting work up at the naval base in Bremerton and Silverdale, and I'm hoping that when I do that, I can also join the subvet group that Dave's a part of. I mean, $20 a year in dues isn't that much, but at the same time, with working a small retail job, that $20 could be going to some other bill or some other payment. It could be going to my Seahawks tickets for next season. $250 for nosebleed. But what do you expect when they are winning ish? And I mean ish in a very negative term. Yeah, talk about football right now. Again, I'm just trying to get a good sample size. Oh, that says I have a viewer, but do I have anybody in the chat? Let's see. Oh, it's still got the top chat. Come on, go to live chat, you stupid thing. All right. Oh, you know what? That one viewer might actually be me since I got that window up. Let's back it out of here and see if that changes. All right. So now we're there. It still says I have one viewer. Can I pin this to the top of my display? Or top of the screen so it's ahead of every window? All right, let's see here. Nope. Not that way. Not that way either. So, I guess we'll just have to deal with it for the time being. Let's see. So back to football. Kind of an impromptu thing here, but now that we have the draft order and everything with the Super Bowl, let's go take a look at that. Again, pardon any keystroke noise you hear. Again, this is just part of the game here. Like get a clip that I feel comfortable leaving this on there. All right, so sorry. Oh, that's right. Combine is coming up soon. I think this week. Yeah, I think it is this week. Don't combine. All right, let's go. Should I sign in? Do I need to sign in? That's the question. I'm just going to NFL.com and I don't want you guys to see my stuff. All right, go back. And we will do a quick search. I already know that the mock drafts are in full effect out here. As a matter of fact, their homepage shows a mock draft. All right. 20. See if I, first inquiry here. Nope. I do not know if you're hearing that. You pressing down on the arrow key. But all right, let's see here. Let's see here. How hard is it to get one thing that I just want on this website? All right. Let's try narrowing that down. 2018 NFL draft order. And I'll share the screen for you. No, that's not one. Sorry. Let's open those and actually. Oh, no, wait, that's the first 20. I don't want that. All right. Oh, there we go. NFL.com/draft/home. Also, oh, that's going to be a good one. Look at that. Let's see here. Yes. Path to the draft, updated 2018 NFL draft order. All right. So, get this all in one. So, this is an article that was published. Okay, it was published on December 31st, but it's been updated as of February 4th at 10:05 p.m. I'm assuming that's Eastern Standard Time. Looks like there's a video or an ad or something coming up, and I don't want it to go through if I can help it. So, come on. No, I did not want the ad. I wanted to stop it playing. There we go. Thank you. What we'll do is we'll just mute it so it can play through and I won't have to care. All right. So I'm probably not going to disagree too much with their first draft order and kind of where people pick things, but this story, which I might copy and paste a link to, and actually I'm going to share my screen really quick because I want to show you guys. Window. And pull up the chat window again. Nobody in the chat, so must have just been me watching myself. Okay. So as you can see, Cleveland Browns, QB, running back, and cornerback. Can't argue with those. Offensive tackle, yeah. Quarterback, yeah. Eli's getting a little old there. Definitely want to get somebody that can back him up, and a running back to help him in the passing game. I mean, come on, we all know this. If you can't run the ball, you can't pass the ball. No matter how much Tom Brady and Peyton Manning made it look easy, most quarterbacks are not going to be able to do that. And you don't want a quarterback running around for his life like Russell Wilson did all season. All right, number 3, Indianapolis Colts, who were 4-12. Inside linebacker, and edge rusher. Yeah, I can see that. Cleveland Browns have the 4th pick as well, thanks to trade via the Texans, with the Texans having a record of 4-12 with a slightly better strength of schedule than the Indianapolis Colts. We already know their needs, so I'm not worried about that. Denver Broncos at 5-11. Needed an offensive guard, a quarterback, and an offensive tackle. You know, if they were placing those needs in 1, 2, 3 order, you can't argue with any order those 3 are put in. They need a quarterback, And in the top 5, you might not get a quarterback that you want. So then what's the next need? Tackle or guard. Well, tackles are usually the next highest paid offensive player, because they, supposed to protect the quarterback's blind side. And then you have the offensive guard. But depending on the needs of the team, because, Broncos have Russell Okung. We saw how that worked in Seattle. New York Jets at 5-11, slightly better strength of schedule. Need a quarterback, yes. Need a running back, yes. Need an offensive tackle. They need a new offense altogether. I mean, yeah, they had some good luck later in the season, actually middle of the season, but yeah, Jermaine Kearse actually helped that out. Thank goodness. But they still do need more offensive weapons too. Their defense needs some improvement too. The Tampa Bay Bucks have had a slightly better strength of schedule. I agree. They need defensive end, running back, cornerback. Sorry. Chicago Bears 11, slightly better strength of schedule. Wide receiver, yeah. Offensive line, yeah. Cornerback, yeah. You can't say quarterback because they just drafted the guy last year. I mean, you got to get him a better offensive line to help protect. Then you can truly assess him. And I know you're not really seeing me because I haven't figured out the hotkeys yet. So cut me some slack. The Bay Area, they tied both San Francisco and Oakland in strength of schedule and record at 6-10. Their strength of schedule is 0.512 or 51.2%. Yes, the 49ers have addressed their QB position with Jimmy Garoppolo, and they've signed him to a new contract. They need to get some help for him offensively, both in the wide receiver and the running back game, but they also need to get a better offensive line. Defense needs help. The defense needs help kind of all over. Cornerback, I can see. Some of their older cornerbacks could be moved over to safety to help, but what are you going to do? Oakland Raiders, they need offensive tackle help a lot. 2 years ago, Seahawks had injured. I was at that game actually against Miami, the opening game of the season, and they actually watched him get hurt. He was not the same after that. If the Seahawks had confidence in his backup to be able to, how do I want to put this? If they had confidence in his backup to be able to do the job for a couple games to let him heal, we could have probably done better, especially in the playoffs. Sorry about that. The joys of being live is I cannot edit out me drinking water to keep my throat safe. And unfortunately, everywhere I sit and stand is going to be right in the cardioid pattern. But we know what it's like to have our quarterback hurt, not to the severity that Derek Carr was hurt, but I can understand that. So that's the top 10. Let's go to 11 through 20. Schedule, blah, blah, blah. We should know by now the actual how tiebreakers are done. Record, strength schedule, etc., etc., etc. Another video coming up. I don't want it to be. Okay. Okay. So next up, at number 11, the Miami Dolphins. Also with a 6-10 record, but a slightly better strength of schedule at 54.3%. Offensive guard, yeah. Inside linebacker. Defense hasn't been the same without Jason Taylor there. And running back, yeah, that would be That would be nice. Cincinnati Bengals still, if I remember correctly, still have Marvin Lewis as a head coach. I've kind of been in and out because I'm trying to focus on the politics side of my podcast, but at the same time, I also want to branch out and get this football one going. Cincinnati Bengals need O-line quarterback to replace Andy Dalton eventually. I'm not saying this year, not even saying next year, but they do need to start thinking about his replacement because he does get beat up quite a bit too. And on defense, they need a linebacker. The one thing I would say about this article, and I know it's just really an update with the new, basically after every playoff round, they updated the order to get more in there. So, but anyways, the one thing I wish about this, it would show that both the defensive and offensive need, like the top need in both category, and then a third or maybe fourth, top two of each side of the ball, or even special teams. Lord knows the Seahawks need a kicker. And yes, we did sign somebody just after the season, basically to a futures contract, but at the same time, Blair Walsh. Now, I know my family who are Minnesota Vikings fans are laughing at me. It's okay. I laughed at you too when you lost to us in Minnesota. Turnabout is fair play. All right, so moving on. The Washington Redskins here. You can see they actually list the defensive needs. These are not the only needs, these are the top needs. And yes, that offense was pretty dang good last year, but the defense just couldn't hold people off. And of course, the one game I went to, they actually won. Yeah, that's the problem with not having season tickets to the Seahawks games is the one game I went to this year was a loss, and it's like, no. The Redskins and the Packers tied, both in record and strength of schedule. You're going to see that the Green Bay Packers need a cornerback. They need offensive line to protect Aaron Rodgers, and they need to get Aaron Rodgers some more weapons. They could definitely use some more help. All right. Arizona Cardinals. We'll talk about them. Oh, we go. Arizona Cardinals definitely need a quarterback because with the unfortunate timing of his retirement, Carson Palmer is done. Announced his retirement. So yeah. Offensive line to protect said quarterback. And they've been doing it for years, but they still need to find wide receivers that can help replace Larry Fitzgerald. And I don't mean one receiver to replace him. That's like asking Minnesota to replace Randy Moss. They were lucky to get Chris Carter and Randy Moss, and basically Randy Moss took over for Chris Carter. But it's one of those things. You just like elite quarterbacks, elite number one receivers are hard to find. We all know this. Or if you're a football fan, we all know this. There ain't 32 of them around. Baltimore Ravens, the first team coming in at 9-7 with a low strength of schedule of 0.441 or 44.1%. Wide receiver, yes. Tight end, yes. Running back, yes. All offensive side. They do need some help on the defense, and I think defensive line should be coming up as one of them. Los Angeles Chargers still sounds weird. Offensive tackle, yes, to protect their quarterback, and they also need to get a replacement for Phillip Rivers and linebacker because they just haven't been the same in the linebacking core for quite a while. They also need a good edge rusher as well. Excuse me. Sorry. Oh, I love their choice for the Seahawks at 18. 9-7 record. 4 point. Wow. Why do I keep doing that? 4 point. Whatever. It's 0.492 or 49.2% strength of schedule. And offensive tackle is atrocious. Now, Dwayne Brown, I think is what his name was that we got. Yeah, Dwayne Brown. I'm even looking at the article. I just glossed it over. It's late here. It's like 11:30 at night here in the Pacific Standard Time. We also need to get some guard help. Heck, we need a whole new offensive line. I'm glad we're getting a new offensive line coach, but still. And then with Richard Sherman's status, as the article's quoting here, the whole Legion of Boom is getting old and getting hurt. It's time to get some new blood in there, at least to, you know, help revitalize the Legion of Boom. You know, nobody's going to beat the original Legion of Boom. You know, Richard Sherman, Brandon Browner, Earl Thomas, and Cam Chancellor. I mean, heck, just look what Cam Chancellor did to Vernon Davis against against the 49ers. Wow. Next up is the Dallas Cowboys at 19 with a 49.6 strength of schedule. Again, same record, but because they beat the Seahawks, they get one lower draft position. Tight end Jason Witten's getting hurt, getting on in years, needs to think about retiring. I don't blame these players for playing until they're basically kicked out because, you know, being able to do what you love for a living is just the most important thing that, you know, us humans would love to do. None of us really want to be 9 to 5, you know, clock punchers, you know? I mean, I had dreams of being in the NBA when I was getting out, you know, when I was in high school. Didn't come to fruition because, you know, I didn't put in the time. That was my fault. But I've off and on throughout the years, I've found things that I've enjoyed doing. Not necessarily anything I love, but, you know, I'm slowly finding my way there. Besides tight end, they need defensive tackle and cornerback. Their offensive line is pretty well stacked, but they do need to think about getting some good second level guys that can come in a pinch and carry on for them. Number 20 is a tie with the Dallas Cowboys, the Detroit Lions, with a 4 point. Oh, wow. I was about to say it right the first time, 0.49.6%, but you know, defensive end, guard, linebacker. Could say they need some wide receiver help. Running back probably wouldn't hurt to think about. Possibly couldn't hurt to possibly think about maybe having a quarterback, maybe a third or fourth round quarterback, just to challenge the backup quarterback, and maybe you find out that player like Russell Wilson could come in and beat out the incumbent, so to speak. But I doubt it. But you know, it happens. Now on to the final 21 through 32. Starting to get into the playoff teams. Wah, yeah. All right. We got the Buffalo Bills. Back to back. Yeah, trade with the Chiefs. Okay. So since we got them back to back, I'm just going to go over it once. 9-7 record with a 0.492. They need a quarterback. Duh. They need a linebacker. Yeah, probably. And a D tackle. Yeah. D tackle that low could be possible. Probably not. But, you know, it's all good. The NFC West winners at 23. Los Angeles Rams. Cornerback. Yeah, if we could have held off the offensive line, we could have probably thrown on them. If we held up at the offensive line, we could have probably thrown on them a bit more. Maybe we would have won the NFC West. Not likely, but, you know, possibility. Then Carolina Panthers at 24. Offensive line to protect Cam. Yeah, wide receiver so Cam can throw the ball to somebody. Yeah. Defensive end. Yeah, that could be. Tennessee Titans, 9-7 as 9-7, but managed to squeak out some of these higher win teams because they actually won their first round. Edge rusher, offensive guard, tight end. I only saw them early in the season. I didn't really follow them after that. But I do think that they could use definitely some offensive line help. Their defense could use some help, but I don't know exactly where. So I'm just going to go with edge rusher. Sure. The Atlanta Falcons. Don't hate me for this, Papa Falcon, but offensive guard is the you need more on the offensive line than just an offensive guard to help out. Defensive tackle, yeah. Safety, yeah, because I mean, your guys' Super Bowl against the Patriots, you it's hard to address your needs, especially when you're picking low in the first round. Heck, low in every round, but still. It's one of those things that it's just you have to try to make the best of it. And Dave Bowman talking about how baseball is doing it, win a championship, burn it to the ground. Build it up after a few years, win another championship, burn it down to the ground. I could see the NFL starting to do this. It would suck if they did. I really hope they don't. But I can see that happening. Number 27, the New Orleans Saints. QB, yeah, got to replace Drew Brees at some point. I know there are plenty of Saint fans out there that have been diehard Saint fans forever. And you would never want to call them the Ants. But if you don't replace Drew Brees with a quality quarterback, you are going to become the Ants again. And I would hate to see that. We always pick on the Browns and stuff, but every team can turn around if they just have some cohesion in the organization and in the quarterback position. That is the problem with the Browns, and that was the problem with the Saints until they got Drew Brees. And for my Saint fans, I'm sure they'll agree with me. Thank you, Miami, for not passing him on physical. Give me a break here. I'm gonna take a quick drink of water. And I don't know if you heard that knock, but that was my ring hitting the table that I'm on. All right. Next up, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers. Inside linebacker, yep. Quarterback, yeah, Ben's getting up there in years. I mean, him, Philip Rivers, and Eli are all the same draft class, so yeah, I can understand that. And safety, Adrian Inderberg. I don't know what you think. I would love to have your input. Again, my offer still stands out there for the Serious Football Head fans. Talk to me. We can work out something, either an off-air, not live podcast type of setup where it's just you and me in Google Hangouts or you and me via Skype. Or it can be, live here on Google Hangouts. Not a problem. And next up, the surprise of the draft this year, 29, Jacksonville Jaguars, actually. They have done. It just really impressed with what they've done. Blake Bortles has improved. Getting Leonard Fournette helped out. So can't argue with that. They do need a tight end. I would definitely agree with that. Offensive guard. Don't know how their offensive line really was overall. I'm just getting into my research actually for the football side of my podcast. So I'm just kind of, like I said at the beginning, just kind of agreeing with the list, but I also try to make input that when I'm knowledgeable on it. Wide receiver, yeah, Blake Bortles could definitely use some help. Minnesota Vikings, offensive tackle, offensive guard, defensive line. Yeah. Yeah, they just their offensive line. It was great for the regular season, great for the one playoff game, but when they played a really good defense, and it's rather ironic that a team like Seattle beat the Eagles, the Super Bowl champions. Yeah, we couldn't beat teams like Minnesota and the Rams and things like that. It's just crazy. But anyways, both lines need some work, but also they need some secondary help, and they also need um, one. I think one more good running back. They would be set. All right. Then we have the runners up, the New England Patriots. They need a cornerback, a CB, yes, a QB. Yeah, the Patriots are always drafting position players, not because of need, but because of that player's talent and the potential for them to upset the lineup. I mean, that is just the genius of Bill Belichick. I mean, honestly, I'm not saying that Bill Belichick's, a football god or anything, but he he understands the game better than most of us could even dream of understanding the game. And as much as I hate that he stretches the rules to the breaking point, I, you just have to admire what he has done with the Patriots in this long run, especially keeping Tom Brady healthy for the most part. And even when he went down that one season, they still made a push for the playoffs. I mean, come on now, with a backup quarterback. Anyways, then we get the Philadelphia Eagles. Left tackle, yeah. Linebacker, yeah. And cornerback. If I haven't gone back and watched all these games, but I believe we were attacking them in the air, and that's kind of how we won. Yes, if I remember correctly, also a controversial call, but like I said, I'm going to review. I'm going to try and review them all between school, work, podcasting. I'll find time somewhere. I can sleep when I'm dead, right? No, I'm going to sleep when I want to sleep. So, but anyways, that's just kind of my breakdown. And then you have the teams without a first round pick. Only two right now. That could change by draft day. The Houston Texans, they need offensive line help, especially since they traded away Dwayne Brown to the Seahawks. Safety and cornerback, yes, their back end was not horrible, but left something to be desired. And then the Kansas City Chiefs, they need more wide receiver help to help flush things out. I think they also could use one more running back to help keep things honest. And it says they needed safety and cornerback. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those I'm hemming and hawing about because it's just I don't see it as an absolute need for their secondary. So, what can I say? We we truly need I, I truly need to sit down and just study the team needs, from my opinion. Study the draft order. And after combine and free agency, hopefully be able to figure out the draft order, maybe some mock draft picks, and hopefully this week I'll have my first football podcast up. Not this one, but this is really just me testing out this nice microphone. There are some drawbacks to it, but mainly with what it comes with, which can be remedied. What I need to do is get a new mic clip for it, and not one of those cheesy clip ones. Ugh, those things are ugly. And then, when I buy a house, that's when I'll set up the nice studio with the Procasters and things like that. But anyways, I digress. I've been talking for a while. I've been rambling, mainly about football. Is there a sport that you like to talk about that you think I would like to talk about? Hockey, curling, Curling. Don't get me started on that one again. We also have I love baseball. Mariners, my team, but I just don't know. Every year I'm like, oh yeah, they're doing great. I mean, but at the same time I'm just like, yeah, they're gonna blow it soon, because that's just the way it is. I mean, heck, let's go with. I hate it when it updates like that. So let's go with. Oh, stop it, you stupid thing. Get the desktop to do this with. Use the laptop for when I'm traveling, but the actual desktop. All right. So the the Mariners last year, 78 and 84. I mean, come on. 23 games back of the Houston Astros. Wow. And we beat out the Rangers because we had a slightly better record, head-to-head record with them. Wow. Alrighty. So, but 101 wins is pretty impressive. 102 wins for the Cleveland Indians. And 83 for the Boston Red Sox. Nationals, 97, 2 for the Cubs. 104. Just let's see if I can go back a year. Let's see where the Mariners were at in 2016. Oops, 2015. Let's look again. Mariners 86 and 76. So we actually went back. We were above 500 for a year. Wow. We were only 9 games back, but it wasn't, it wasn't a bad season. That was a pretty decent season. Let's go up to 2015. Oh, that's right. 76 and 86. We sucked. That's the way the Mariners are. They're good one year, bad the next. Good one year, bad the next. Again, in 2014, they were 87 and 75. So if that trend continues, going back, let's take a look at 2013. 71 and 91. Let's go back to 2012. Oh, we were dead last in our division, 75 and 87. But we do have a current trend that the even years are our better years. 2011. Dead last again. 2010 when I was working at Regents. 61 and 101. Oh, that's right. The year that we lost 100 games and had a $100 million cap hit. Yeah. Or not cap hit, but payroll. Yeah. That was good. Was it 2002, 2001 that we had the 116 game season? 2001? Somewhere in that time frame. Yeah. 2001. The year baseball died in Seattle. That's what I call it, because after that season, we just sucked. Because 2002, we were 93 and 69. Still above 500, still good. Just didn't quite make it. 2003, 93 and 69 again. But slowly just going downhill from there. Why? What changed? Oh, and then we got our 63 and 99 season. Baseball. I love you and you kill me. Stab me in the back every year. I'll go to Mariners games. I love going to the Mariners games. I love my Mariners. But as a fan, it's just heart-wrenching to watch a full 162 game season. Just heart-wrenching. All right. I actually want to get up kind of early tomorrow, but I'm just talking away because I've got nothing better to do. No viewers. So yeah, that was just me as the only viewer in the Hangout. When you watch this, leave me a comment in the comments down below and whatnot. I need to figure out something here. There has got to be. I wonder if there is any sort of app that I can get. Does Control Room have that? Does it have a lower third? Nope. So that's what I need to find is, does Cameraman have it? Oh, no. Nope. Nope. Doesn't have it. Maybe. Add an app. Hangout Toolbox. What's that? Yeah, that's what I do. That's what I need. Well, I'm going to be signing into this and figuring out, maybe typing in a. Okay, I don't care. Yes, I will allow it. Oh, I need your permission in order to start. Continue. I said continue. How many windows do I have open now? Oh, well, whatever. Maybe that's something I have to do after. Let's see. Does it have options? Present to everybody. Profile. Hide from podcast. Mute. Oh, I did not want to do that. Close that. Let's go back to Hangouts. Let's close Cameraman. Oh. Add up. Yeah, I want you involved here. Continue. Huh. So is there now a spot for me to add a lower third? Not there. Whatever. I wanted to close Cameraman is what I wanted to do. Then we'll go back to this. This must be something I have to add later. Or yeah, for whatever reason it doesn't want to open it up. Well, you're just listening to me ramble and I don't care. I think I'm just going to cancel that for now and we will work on that later. Anyways, I don't know what else you guys want to talk about. I don't even know. Let's see. I mean, I've been going at this for almost a better part of an hour, if not more. Oh, let's see. Does my page tell me how long I've been going? Oh no, it says I started at 11 p.m. So 57 minutes of just me rambling on. I think that's good enough quality control test on the USB setting. Next, I'll do about the same amount of time on the XLR, probably tomorrow night when I get home, or maybe Monday before I go to work. Although Monday is a special day. For those of you that know me personally, you know why. For those of you that don't, too bad. Although I think I did mention it in my Google Plus account, whatever. Those of you that know me on Facebook will know because I do share it, so whatever. Blah, blah, blah. I'm still trying to figure out a tagline to end my shows. I think I got one for the football podcast. still tweaking it around in my mind a bit, but you know, maybe something along the lines of hit the hole hard or something. Now that sounds a bit crazy, bit perverted, maybe, depending on who you ask. Make every day a celebration. Make every day a touchdown celebration. There we go. Ending tagline for the football podcast. All right. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this. Like I said, it's an hour long of just me rambling. I will make that description in the notes below, and I gotta figure out how to do a lower third. Yeah. Does it close? Does it sound a little too muddied? Does it sound better when I talk a little more to the side? Does it sound better when I'm a little bit further back? I know it's not going to sound as good here because here I'm like, you know, that far away. But, and of course my hand being in front kind of mutes it down. I don't know what else to talk about. I am going to try and do a more proper test of this. Like I said, I just did kind of an initial test earlier tonight that I've posted. That's what I'm talking about with this mic stand. This clip is just so loose. I could probably tighten it up with the Phillips head. It looks like, but still, that's just, yeah. It's gonna force me to hold it now, I guess, or put it where I want it and stay. You're worse than a dog sometimes. I keep saying I'm gonna end this, but I just keep rambling. All right, it's midnight. It's now officially Sunday morning on the 18th of February. I am done. I'm going to bed. I know for some of you it's already been Sunday, but whatever. Maybe I will start up a podcast about podcasting. Just kind of my notes, my tests of things. Like I said, I can kind of give reviews of things. Actually, I could give a review of my 3 mixers I have. I am selling one of them. I've already got a buyer. Just got to work up a time for pickup and whatnot. But I could do the podcast stuff as videos that I can edit and everything, and then go from there. Maybe someday I can afford Adobe Cloud, Creative Cloud. We'll see. All right. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have a great, wonderful rest of your President's Day weekend. Oh, Daytona's tomorrow, isn't it? Or today, whatever. If you're a NASCAR fan, get those engines driving. And what's his? Darrell Waltrip's boogie, boogie, boogie. Let's go racing. Yep. I like a lot of sports. I can even be known to watch some NASCAR once in a while. Shh, don't tell anyone. All right. Have a wonderful night, wonderful morning. Enjoy your time. Remember your loved ones. Have a wonderful day.